Hello everyone, welcome back. This is Tika the Cosmic Witch here. I know it's been a long time since I've done one of these videos, so I want to say thank you to all of you OGs who have been holding it down while I've been MIA a little bit and trying to figure out the shit in my head. I really appreciate you guys and I thank you so much for tuning in. This is going to be your weekly download video. Yes, it is a little late and I apologize for it being late, but we are back on our regular schedule in regards to having these videos be posted weekly. Now, if you've noticed, I have been posting these videos on IGTV versus on YouTube, and that's mainly because I want to ensure that a lot of you guys are seeing these videos, and obviously there's more views on IGTV than there is on YouTube, so if you want to see these videos on YouTube, then by all means, make sure that you are subscribed to the YouTube channel called The Cosmic Witch, spelled the exact same way as my IG and my website handle and everything else in between, okay? But I just want to say thank you so much, you guys, for being patient, and I hope that this message is received very well. I hope that it is received in the highest and purest light, and you know, tuning in and watching this and, you know, giving me a little bit of your time and your energy to even take this in. I say thank you so much. I'm so grateful for you, and I hope and send you all the good vibes of abundance and light and balance and clarity today. Ashe, Shiva agrees. Yes, the cats are alive and awake and, you know, all types of quirky right now. Of course, as I'm filming, so I'm hoping they won't be jumping around this time. I don't think they will. But anyway, I'm gonna do my best to keep them out of the way, you guys, this time. I did make a lot of notes in regards to the downloads because I wanted to ensure that I was giving you guys everything that was being given to me. When I am receiving downloads, they do come very fast, and I've noticed that when I pull my cards when I'm filming, it can be hard for me to, you know, deliver the message the way that it needs to be given as Spirit intended it to, because of how quickly the downloads are coming in. And I also just want to point out that when I started shuffling the cards and asking Spirit and my guides for the clarity to be given so I could deliver this message to you guys, it was actually at 1919, which is 7:19 for those of you who don't know, your 24-hour military clocks. So, you know, synchronicities there, so that's awesome. But anyway, we're gonna go first into the aspects as to what is happening in the sky. There's not a whole lot going on with the cosmos, but there's a few aspects that are pretty tough still, and there's a couple of new ones that are coming in now that I want to just talk about quickly to let you guys know what is going on there. So first and foremost, today we do have the moon in Aquarius. So Aquarius energy always tends to bring in all this, like, all the weirdos, basically, like all the weirdos come out, no shade, to, you know, show themselves to the world when the moon is in Aquarius. I always find that my days of the week when I'm like, why is everything so weird today? And then I look at the charts, I'm like, oh, of course, the moon's in Aquarius right now, that's why. So if something has, you know, struck you like lightning today and you're just like, where did this come from? And there's like the most random things popping off right now. Maybe something was just like, took like a sudden turn, or it's completely topsy-turvy, or what have you. You can expect that today and even tomorrow because we are in the Aquarius moon right now. Now, of course, this means that eventually we'll be moving into the Pisces moon, which is always awesome. So if you're watching this on Monday, you still have time to prepare yourselves for Wednesday/Thursday when we will be in the sign of Pisces. And that is the time for you to be writing down your dreams and everything else in between, especially for those of you who have ordered your Mercury in retrograde kits. Ensure that you are really enhancing your meditative practice those days, again, Wednesday, Thursday, because that is when the moon will be in Pisces and everything around us will be much more sensitive and highly intuitive. Of course, we are still under the Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, so that's still going to be there too, but with the Pisces moon too, that's really, really nice to have as well. So with the moon in Aquarius right now, it is actually square to Mercury in retrograde in Scorpio. And for this, I just want to say be very careful about your triggers, because I am seeing that a lot of us will be triggered. Your anxiety, if you have anxiety or depression, you know, chronic stress even, like anything like that, today and tomorrow will be very hard on you, and I'm sending you my love and light because I know how you feel. I'm going through it too, and I love you guys. But you can expect to be triggered, especially on those 2 days. Now, with that, I want to say, this is where Mercury tests our patience and tests to see how well we handle these karmic cycles that are happening to us. Now, as you know, we are currently in the Mercury retrograde, so yes, we are already being triggered with karmic cycles kind of like happening, or old karmic cycles coming back into our lives, and we're either being tested to see if we're going to evolve or repeat. Now, with the square to the moon in Aquarius to Mercury, that's just going to be heightened a lot. And I just want to say this very carefully. Be very careful with your words. Be very careful, because right now we could be very moody, very, blunt and upfront, very dry, very defensive, very defense mechanisms being used right now, because we're so triggered by, the things that are happening around us that is causing us to kind of go back to our lower self ways versus being where we are, which is our higher aligned selves, okay? So I hope that makes sense to you guys. Now, definitely, again, raise your words, not your voice, okay? If you have to repeat yourself over and over again to someone because you haven't been heard, let me tell you something right now. They heard you. They're choosing to not listen, to understand, or to respond, which is just as craptastic, but they heard you. So again, raise your words, not your voice, okay? So figure out what that means, dissect that all the ways that you want to, write it down, meditate with it, all right? I leave that with you. That's your little tika quote for the evening, okay? Now, that's the first aspect. Now, we also have Saturn and Pluto still square to Mars, and I've talked about this since the new moon in Scorpio, and that aspect is still happening. So again, this toughness, this aggression that we're seeing maybe in ourselves or in the people around us, we're not really liking it, but we're going to have a lot of conflict in regards to movement, moving forward, with the change that we're trying to make in our lives. There's going to be conflict in regards to the karmic cycles that are happening in our lives because Saturn and Pluto are square to Mars, okay? So we can still expect that to happen as well. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is the fact that we do have a trine with Mercury, Venus to Chiron in Aries, which is really interesting because Venus just went into Sagittarius over the weekend, and if you don't really know what to look into for that, you can go ahead and check my IG, because I did make a breakdown thread for you guys on Twitter, and then I posted on IG for you. You're very welcome. And I am breaking down what you can expect with Venus in Sagittarius. But it's interesting because there's a trine with Venus and Mercury to Chiron in Aries, and trines are usually made when all three planets, or I guess asteroids in this case, are in the same element, such as fire, water, earth, air. Now, Mercury is still in its water sign Scorpio, but Venus and Aries are both in Venus and Chiron are both in fire signs, Sagittarius and Aries. So it's this really interesting, I know Shiva, right? So it's this really interesting, weird, like hot and cold, fire and ice type energy. And so with that, I'm seeing that we're again being told to follow our intuition as always, but also allowing yourself to take the time that you need to converse yourself to the people that you love. So Chiron is all about that deep, deep, deep healing. And because it's still in Aries, we are still being asked to look deeply within ourselves, about our personal selves, our head, what rules our head, what rules our mindset, and what do we need to change with that? Are we peeling back the layers? Chiron is also in retrograde right now. So are we peeling back the layers to see, what we see as ourselves? Or are we just, acting all willy-nilly, essentially? Now, I say follow your intuition and allow yourself to take time to converse to your family and friends and your loved ones, because with the trine with Mercury and Venus to Chiron, I'm seeing that we are having some issues with communicating with either our family members, our loved ones, the ones that really hit our wounds and those deep tissue battle scars, beauty marks the most, okay? So ensure that you are giving yourself time to collect your thoughts, collect your words, speak with your heart, speak with your mind, speak with your spirit, align all three, and then, write out how you would want to converse this to somebody. And if it doesn't fit the way you would do it, then you know that you probably shouldn't. And that's fine, But again, make sure that you are giving yourselves the time that you need to collect your thoughts before spitting out the poison and the venom, because it will come out, okay? So I did again pull cards before the video, and that's because I wanted to ensure I was giving you guys all the good details. So I'm just gonna show you what I have right now. We have the gibbous moon, telling us we're very close to reaching our goal. We have the fixed moon telling us to hold our vision. We also have the full moon in Leo, which is telling us don't let your pride get in the way. We have the Page of Swords here, the World card here. Yeah, guys, I pulled a lot of cards. The King of Wands here, the Six of Cups from the Wild Unknown Tarot, the Two of Cups, and also the Nine of Swords. So I'm just gonna go into it really deeply right now because I want to ensure this video is still the full length that it needs to be. So first and foremost, with the Nine of Swords, I'm seeing this being much so being connected to the energy of Aquarius, because again, anxiety, overthinking things, not able to sleep at night, stressing out like no other because you're overthinking so much of what is going on around you. And so with that, I'm seeing that we are potentially going to be triggered, you know, to have this type of mindset, either from our lovers, past or present, family, potentially ancestors maybe, who are joining and saying what's up and like showing up, you know, because Day of the Dead and All Saints Day just passed. So it could be even our ancestors coming through our dreams and triggering us with these messages that we weren't expecting to receive, and we're like, dude, I didn't want all this information. Well, too bad, now you have it. We also have, again, the King of Wands here, the World here, and the Page of Swords here. So with these cards, I'm seeing, you guys, first and foremost, don't let your pride get in the way. Again, hold your tongue. Raise your words, not your voice. There's no need to roar. There's no need to, you know, strut your stuff like you're king of the jungle and, you know, mount someone and make them feel small. No, there's no need for you to do that, okay? Hold your vision. What is it that you are seeing for yourself right now? What did your tarot spreads, your oracle decks, what did they tell you when you did your spread during Mercury retrograde? Hold that vision. The vision you have of your higher self, hold it. You are good. You just need to ensure that you're not doing too many things at once, okay? Don't poke the bear. You are so close to achieving your goal, but also I see this as well as the heated discussions that you're having, and you're like, man, if I was my lower self, I would just X, Y, Z, and you're thinking of all the nasty things you could do to that person or save that person. Let it all go. Let it go, okay? Don't poke the bear, again. Now, with the Page of Swords here, and the World here, and the King of Wands here, I'm also seeing that we are coming to this final conclusion of the karmic cycle for this week. Now, I'm not saying you're done. No, I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that you are coming to an end of a cycle with something, and so those triggers are now coming through this week, and potentially could be the end of a friendship, the end of a partnership, whatever it is. You are at the end of that cycle now, and so now that it's ending, because the World card, it's going to, the universe and your guides, spirit, ancestors, they are going to send a couple of tests, because Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, hello karmic energy, hello cycles, over and over again. And so you're going to be tested with that. But let loose and have some fun, okay? The trine to the moon, the trine to Chiron, to Venus and Mercury is saying to us, you know, have some fun. Let yourself have fun. Don't let go of the sword. You don't have to hold on to it so tightly. Release it. Collect all your thoughts, you know, be your higher self, collect all your thoughts, align yourself with your three, your spirit, your heart, and mind, and then say what you need to say. But there's no need for us to be going all types of crazy off, you know, off the rails, trying to communicate ourselves with people. If you're not hearing you the first time, if you made it clear about what it is that you need in terms of space to heal yourself or to elevate yourself, then move on and let it go. Right now, we are being tested, okay? So don't fall for the trap. You've got this. So the video is almost at 15 minutes long, so I'm gonna stop it there. Again, I wanna say thank you guys so much for tuning in, and if this message resonated with you, go ahead and like this, share it with your friends, with your coven, your loved ones, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.